Welcome back to the 25th Annual Quarry Park Open. I am Ian Anderson, again joined by Richard Hatton. That was a fun watch. This is a beautiful course, Richard. I love it, man.
It is. It's stunning. Yeah, I mean, it's not a big course. It's only 15 acres, but all planted with a plan in mind by Derek all those years ago, 30 odd years ago. And it's just gorgeous. What it's grown into now, the vision he had at the start, and what he's done for the sport here with it is incredible.
Gotta dig it. Looks like Blythe was leading our crew heading into hole 10. We got 8 holes on this one, or sorry, 7 holes on this one, right?
Yes, only 7 because of all these unfortunate floods we had in the week running up. You can see all the mud on the ground there and the wet we see around. We had to shorten things, and there was only so much space we could fit new holes into. But this is normally hole 12 on Quarry Park. It was 10 on this layout. It's tight, difficult hole. It's really grown into almost a tunnel now, and then goes steeply up this bank, so it's very hard to attack the basket. I actually thought it was nigh on impossible these days, but a couple of these guys later will show me how you can do it.
Really? It doesn't look like the ceiling is there to get...
You wouldn't have thought so. I don't think it's on this card. It might be later in the tournament, but we actually see a couple of ways of attacking it that blew my mind filming it. I couldn't believe they managed it.
I want to see a backhand roller, man.
And that, Ian, is the way you do it. Yeah,
right.
I just didn't think you'd be able to play it because it's so tight on the left.
Yeah.
There. To even take that on, the risk of hitting something early and just going horribly wrong because it's OB on the left.
Ooh, Tapani showing off that forehand.
You can get there with the forehand, but not quite the height, so you get into a nest where you can't ace it. There used to be routes over the left-hand side where you could go up and over, but all that's closed off now.
Gotcha. Looks like Noah left it a little bit low. Easy to do with that low ceiling. James? Ooh. Oh. It had a good path on it, just a little too tight. He was hyped on that one.
He's telling Derek off there. He's saying, that's the tree you should be taking out.
Love it, man.
I have the same conversations with him every time we play. That one should go, though.
Whichever one you hit, and he doesn't.
Yep.
Those are the,
exactly.
Those are the ones. Good up, I know.
Derek doesn't hit trees. The trees get out of the way for Del.
Dig it. James, this would be good, too. Who's it?
This hole is notorious for rollaways. It is... From here, not too bad. When you're playing up the slope, you tend to be okay, unless you hit metal and not stick it.
This is how you get daylight in England?
Horribly wrong. This is your daylight hole, absolutely. If you're playing across the slope from the left, where a lot of shots go, like this for Tapani, it's either hit it or roll. It's one or the other.
Make it go in or airball it.
Oof. And there it goes.
Wow.
And there it goes.
Wow.
And
no
there
way.
it goes. Dellard all the way.
I thought I was going to stop like 5 times. Brutal.
It's horrible.
Wow. I thought that grass would catch it, but not so much. Oh, no. Man.
Almost another horrible one there. I mean, you get people who have explosions. I say people, me, will have explosions on this hole where you're putting for this whole putt.
There's an explosion, but that's the good kind, Richard.
Yeah, that's the Blythe kind. They go in.
The Blythe explosion versus the Richard one?
Yeah, absolutely,
Nice.
Yeah. Mine is where I putt for 2 and get a 7. That's my kind of explosion.
He's making the chains explode. What a putt by Blythe there. Oh, Tapani. Oh, man.
That's unlike Tapani. You'd put money on him to make that.
Man, is he getting
almost every time.
A bird double here?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm afraid he is. On a hole that you would say would suit him with the forehand.
Yeah.
Because it's normally the best way to get 2 out of this hole these days, is to get the forehand to about where the bottom of the steps are there, where James is. Yeah. And it will stick up there, and then it's a pretty easy tap-in. And Tapani's forehand should do that all day long, but just kept it too straight, unfortunately.
Yeah, right. That's almost the problem, though. Yeah. If you don't have a look, you can take an easy 3. If you do.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You might get a 7.
Sometimes you're halfway down the fairway. There's an easy 3 out there. If you're having a look for it, it all goes wrong.
Good pitch in there by Derek. Solid.
He's going to be very tentative on that quite muddy bank because the amount of rain, you can see where the rain came down the slope from the top field. It was not a fun place to be up there during this tournament, to the point we were discussing about actually cutting it out because it was almost unplayable. But fortunately, we went ahead and no one hurt themselves.
The long grass saved the day there. Blythe opened up a little bit of a gap here. He's got 4 strokes now as we head into hole 11. What's the play here?
It's a bit of an SC curve kind of shot. You've got OB is on the top field up to the left. There is a way of playing up there and back on. It's not really a percentage shot anymore. It used to be there more. You'll see those trees on the left. They're the big catches. They will take you. Obviously, the trees on the right. You need to. The best play, I think, is a hyzer flip at those that comes back and then straightens up at the basket. And that should get you up there for the look, but it's a tough hole. It's one of the ones people come into Quarry Park often get hurt by this hole because that slope really takes you out.
This looks very touchy, I would call it, you know?
Oh, talking of touchy shots.
Oh, what?
Oh. I was certain it was in. Standing there on the catch cam.
Are we sure it's not?
Absolutely. I think it was. Let's just say it was an ace because I don't know how it didn't.
What a shot, man. Dude, Derek throws some buttes, man.
Yeah, he's just so accurate with it again and again and again, and consistent with that accuracy. This is normally a very good hole for Noah. He tends to get up there for 2 looks. Not today.
He did a funny run-up again got him, I think.
Again, if you look at that tee pad, there was a lot of mud traipsed onto it through the tournament because they come in from the muddiest area of the course, and I think the footing was a bit...
Ooh, come back, James. Come back.
Almost got that one. But you'd see the slope of the land just pulls the disc down there, which is why I like the hyzer flip instead of the anhyzer. The anhyzer will keep going. The hyzer flip will come out of it and then push towards the basket.
That makes a ton of sense. Tapani? That's not...
Yeah, again, he's got that sort of Annie flight, and it just keeps on going down the slope rather than fighting back towards.
Not a terrible result, though, honestly. He's in the middle of the fairway. You can take... I feel like a 3 is a very good score on this hole.
If you 3 it, you're happy. You walk away happy. The 2s in tournament don't happen a lot. In casual rounds, probably more so, because you've got a little bit less pressure. But it's a tight hole. It's a difficult hole. It's one, again, for me, it's probably my toughest on the course.
Tapani with a nice little forehand up. Derek kind of floated in for us. Oh, my gosh, man. I thought he was going to do it. Oh, what a good bid. That thing was tracking, wasn't it?
It was.
James is a little short on that bid. Here is Noah. Oh. Good want on it, though.
It's a tricky stance you got there because you're on the slope going away, and so it's very hard to get your normal balance for the putt.
And here's something uncommon. Someone putting back at the basket after their drive.
I mean, how he's walked away with a 3 from that drive,
it hurts.
It does.
What a pull he did there. No, that's a great putt again from that kid.
The other part of Blythe's shot there is the skip. You don't get skips in England.
No.
That doesn't happen.
Not on that long
it just
grass,
never
right?
happens. Yeah, it hits the ground, it stops. So all of our distance is normally, 10 meters, 15 meters less than you'd expect it to be because it's just ground and stop. That thing, whew,
it was
how it almost went in.
It was chain high plus. It was there.
Beautiful.
But he'll take a 3, and you can't be too mad at it. No, with the lone bogey there. Looks like Blythe still holding on a 4-stroke lead over both Derek and Tapani. We are looking at hole 12 now. What are we doing?
It's normally 14 of the normal course. Rock or roll. It says it in the name. There's a great roller
I love that
here.
name. That's great, man.
You've got a slope going right to left, so it's perfect to stand up a roller on. You've got a fence down the left-hand side, so you've not got much risk going that way. Or if you don't want to take that on, there is a big sidearm route. It's quite uphill, so you're probably looking at almost 400 foot of power to get there with the sidearm.
Okay.
There's Tapani with a very good sidearm, came here all these years ago and said, this is too far for my sidearm, and then proceeded to park it with his sidearm. But most players aren't getting up there with it. They'll get some way for a look, maybe.
What a shot by Blythe, man. That was beautiful.
Yeah. That's how you play the hole. Rock or roll.
That was some late turn on that air shot, too.
Yeah.
It was...
He throws a beautiful roller. All the Icelandic lads, actually. There was a big contingent came over, and they've all got a fantastic roller on them.
I feel like their courses aren't roller courses, though.
No, I wouldn't have said so. But I don't know whether they're just getting on the football fields of a winter and playing then. But they've thrown some beautiful rollers on lines and holes I wouldn't have ever expected them.
What if they're doing?
So here we go. A chance for Tapani to get his sidearm out.
Oh, he put some juice on that one, but... Ooh, come back.
Oh, no. It is out of bounds down there.
Is it really? Oh, no.
Yeah, he may have crept in, but I think that was probably down.
And Noah busting out the forehand.
Yeah, this is more of a positional forehand. This is a very, very safe play of playing the hole.
Again.
Put yourself at the bottom of the slope, and you've got a 30, 40 metres to look up the slope for a... You can run it because there's not really any danger in running it. So you can have a go from there.
More smart play out of that kid.
Where Derek is, doesn't look too bad, but that is a tough shot there. It's so easy to stall it out and go out of bounds on that second.
Oh, true, huh? Yeah, really well done right there. Noah, kind of put it close for a 3. Nice.
I suspect that was all he was going for there as well, actually, rather than trying to run.
Yeah, it looked like it. So Tapani throwing 3 right here after the OB drive.
Yeah, such a shame. I always like seeing him play that hole, because when he gets it right, gets that forehand right over the hedge and back, it's a good shot to watch. Ooh.
Man, that was a bid. And Blythe, after that roller, for a stroke on the card, strutting out that lead.
An unfortunate position there down underneath the bush. Probably circle's edge where he is there.
Oh, buddy. Dang it. So hard to watch a great shot. Like he's had 2 holes in a row, just amazing shots.
Yeah, it is.
Rewarded.
Yeah. He deserves better. Should have thrown worse shots, really. That's the problem.
Right? Going too far. Blythe problems.
Really tapping in.
Mostly pars. I believe a bogey out of Tapani, though. Check that out here in a second.
Yeah, he'll be very disappointed with that on that one, because that should be his hole. That's where he should be taking the stroke on the card, not losing one.
Looks like James was OB as well on his drive. Also taking the bogey there. Blythe holding on to his lead. It is now, it's at 4 or 5. But we're looking at hole 13.
Black down the hill. My longest ever ace on this one, 15. It's ever so slightly downhill. It's not as downhill as the other one is uphill. And when you're on the tee, it doesn't feel downhill at all, but you're looking at a very low canopy to get under. There used to be a Mando there on the right. That's now gone because foliage has grown up. And you're trying to, probably it's a hyzer flip play again, or throwing a T-bird dead straight at this little tree on the right, fading back to the basket. You've got this out of bounds pen of trees on the left, which that out of bounds is now gone, thankfully, because it never needed to be there. It was a tough enough hole anyway, but there's a big drop off after the basket. So if you go with a distance driver, you've got a big risk of just carry on ploughing down into the hedge behind.
Derek pumped that one out there.
Yes, he's just short of the OB,
okay.
But it's a good position. That looks very good.
Looking for some chill, it looks like.
It's not sure. That could have been the distance driver problem, because I don't think that was a fairway. And if you do catch hold of it, you'll fly down to the hedge.
Gotcha.
Which gives you a horrible life for the next one.
Noah with the flex play.
Oh, that's a lovely play.
Yeah. Really
Oh, yeah.
That will skip back towards the basket, behind that tree. Yeah.
Earn that smile.
He's happy.
James looking for it as well.
That looks very good as well. Oh, no, he's done it. He's gone too far. That's actually, I think he's got a Sexton 5 over there, so he's done well to pump that far down.
That looks like a Sexton 5. I think he must be beat up, man.
He hits a lot of trees.
Roast.
Throwing shade.
Tapani. That's not bad, though.
He'll have a long putt. But it's a scary putt, this one, because he just drop off behind.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he's not really run that. Which, if Tapani's not running it, you know there's danger behind.
For sure.
Oh, Derek. Boring little layup. Sensible option, but boring.
Accurate. James coming back up the hill for the 2. Get this one, buddy. Oh, good want.
You can see the wind swirling behind
Yeah.
there. That's the other thing about this. This is one of the most exposed places on the course. And, yeah, it's, for putting especially, it can be terrifying when you're putting into that wind.
Blythe can't buy one right now, man.
He's put himself in a tricky position for the comebacker as well, because that'll be straight into the wind.
Yes. Stroking the card for
Tricky
Noah,
little
right?
putt, but, yeah.
Well done, dude. And here's Blythe coming back for the par.
So he's almost circle's edge there where he's got to. Just inside.
No doubter. That was perfect. James coming back for his par. No worries on that one. And we'll have a couple par drop-ins from Derek and Tapani.
Not sure what that little backward dance was from Dell. And Tapani's going to use his disc to tap out.
Oh, nice.
Great respect there between the two of them. So, yeah, many years ago, Tapani came, When he first started playing, actually, he'd only been playing about 8 months. Came over, won an open tournament down in London, came back up with me, dropped him off at Dell's. He stayed at Dell's and worked on the course for maybe a month or so when he was at university. And his time at the course, he changed a lot of players when he was there, changed the way we went about playing, changed form, technique, many other things. And just got us talking about making changes on the course. And we found new holes, looked at new holes, and he just had a huge influence on it. So he's a big part of Quarry Park history.
I love that. Hole 14, we got a little mound here, actually.
It's the nipple, as it's colloquially known. Normally hole 16. With wind like it is today, it can be horrible. It's fairly straightforward. You've got an out-of-bounds pen where that silver birch is growing up that Noah's just going up short of. So he's playing the layup safe shot there.
Okay.
He's not trying to go for it. You'll see the bigger throwers go right over the top of that out-of-bounds pen. Derek flirting with it.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a long bit. That's probably a layup from there.
It's a layup, yeah. He's not really, with the wind today, he's not going for it now. Blythe, however.
Showing you some top
Let's just
tier.
go over everything.
Wow. Blythe problems going long.
Yeah, an easy little toss-up in the air for him.
Yeah, right.
It's quite uphill, this one, so he's put a lot on it. I'm surprised with James there. He would normally go up higher.
Yeah, I would thought so
I
too.
think he's got that one wrong. He's got the power to get up over the top and around, so I think he's just misthrown that. And this, I think, is going to be a sidearm, which I'm very surprised at, unless he's going for the turnover.
Left gap? Yeah, left gap.
There's no left gap.
There's no left gap.
I didn't know that one existed. I mean, that used to be there.
Oh my gosh! Dude.
Oh, Tapani.
How did he
So
even
close.
almost? There's a tree right for the basket. Like, that shouldn't even be possible.
No. God, look at that wind.
Wow, what a run. Oh, great layup by
That
Noah right
is
there.
the way to play. Yeah, with that wind about, we've seen open players take 10s on this before. Just going backwards and forwards, tin cup.
I call that Sisyphusing when you go back and forth on a hill.
It's flying too close.
Yeah. Derek?
He's going to lay up, must he?
Yeah.
There you go.
He's too smart.
Dell doesn't take those on at that range in that wind.
What do you guys call him? Dell?
Dell Robbins. Derek the Wind Robbins, which for years I thought was such a cool nickname. He's the reason I started playing, been playing with him basically since I started. Oh, no. And I heard the nickname Wind Robbins. I thought that's because he masters the wind, because he is a master of the wind. He plays brilliant in the wind. He's known for it. And I was horribly disappointed to find many years on it's actually because he farts a lot.
I'm dead, dude.
Which kind of ruined it for me.
That went from like majestic
He's known
to
throughout the disc golf world, so this isn't just a UK British thing. He's known through, you can.
Well, now
there'll be a
he
lot of
is.
world champions out
Now
there
he's really known for it.
Yeah, now he is. Derek is friends with just everyone. He's an absolutely lovely guy, and all of the big names of the last 30, 40 years know Dell really well.
That's awesome.
And he's, known by that name too.
James worked himself into a
disappointing.
terrible putt right here.
Yeah, the oak tree that grew up out of nowhere. For the first
Really?
10 years I played here, I didn't even know there was a tree there. And then suddenly, about 5 years ago, it exploded. And now it is, you've got to really position your drive. You've got to really think about where you want to be off the tee. With these winds, it's slightly different, but you're looking to, if you're going for it, land where Dell is there or anything on the right-hand side. If you get to the left, you get a very obstructed shot. And it's gets some really good tactical play, that tree.
No, definitely. It does taking a bogey there with a little bit of Sisyphusing. Blair taking another 3. Another great drive, another 3 out of Blythe.
Yeah. This is not normally on any of our longer courses, so it's not on any of the 18-hole ones. This is one of the beginner holes placed in there because it takes us back to the next tee and because of all the flooding down the bottom. So it's a very short, very, very aceable hole. I say that. I've never actually aced this one somehow. One day. But that's kind of what you want to do. It's tight. It's a tight little gap to hit.
And it is windy out there.
And with this wind whipping, with the wind whipping, it's tricky because you want to keep a putter on it straight and it's going to try and turn you over.
Go in. Go in.
Ooh,
Go in.
that's got a chance.
Oh, my God. Come on.
That was, I think, Derek with his Comet, was it?
Oh, I think you're right, yeah.
Throwing a Comet into that sort of wind. He's got some touch.
Oh, no, that was Derek. So that must have been somebody else. Wasn't that just Derek throwing?
It would have been, I don't know. I've lost track.
Yeah. I wonder if
This should be. I mean, this is 2. If they don't take a 2 here, they are losing strokes in the field. That's nice from Tapani.
It must have been Noah who almost made it.
Oh, that would probably be right.
Oh, that's not great. Got to get closer than that on a 180-foot hole. Here is Derek.
Yeah, Derek over there. That's surprising for him on that sort of lane.
Yeah. Well, the blustery day might have got him, though. James. There's a little bit long left. Looking for the 2.
This is the sort of range that when James is on form, when he's feeling it, he's putting those in all day long. He's got such a simple, lovely putt when he's feeling good. He's one that I direct people to watch his putt because it's so effective and simple. But there may have been some reasons for him not feeling particularly good for this round. He wasn't actually expecting to be on the card this morning. We had someone else, John Tweed, that was supposed to be here who was unfortunately ill. And so James was a late step in. And he likes to have a fun time, James, on British Tour events or European Tour events. And the night before, he may have had too much of a fun time. Hence his rather poor play, because he is a better than this. He should be up there with Blythe.
So you can do that when you don't have to be on camera. You don't have to worry about it. Nobody's going to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, have some surprise camera jitters. Blythe going to get this
Threw
one?
him under the bus at the last minute.
There's a birdie finally.
Got one at last. But yeah, there's normally some very good banter between James Luton there and Blythe, where Blythe is better than him now, but for many years they were quite close in ability, and there's a good bit of friendly banter going on.
Nice.
So he's not going to like being this far behind here.
I don't imagine so. Everybody's kind of chilling behind Blythe right now. He's got a 4-stroke lead over Noah, who's sitting in second place on our feature card. We're looking at hole 16 now.
So this is usual hole 17. It's pretty uphill, more uphill than it looks. It's sloping all the way up. It's 102 meters, but I would say to get there on a straight line is close to, it's probably 115 to 120 meters of power. So you're almost looking 400 foot of power to get up there straight through those trees. It's really tight to do it, to the point that I now start playing a mid-range to those 2 trees we've just been through and then chip up. But you're going to see from Blythe another way of playing it, that you need we're going to be pushing world-class power to play this route.
Nice. That is a very straight finish.
Yes. Yeah, James used to play a beat-up Firebird up there, which I don't know how he did it and kept it straight all the way up. It was a lovely shot, but I'm not sure why he doesn't play that shot anymore. We can't even see it went that fast. It's the big hyzer over the top of those trees.
Whoa.
It's huge to do that.
Wow.
Not the biggest shot he plays all weekend, but that one is something. And there is actually, where that camping area is, there's an out-of-bounds rope going there, so it's a bit of a risky one to go for. But
some late big trees
he
you got to
plays
miss,
well.
too.
To get over the top of those is a lot of power.
Tapani, quite a bit short left. Hopefully I'll have an easy 3.
Sure.
Depending on where.
You're actually the 3 trees on the right there. Sorry to interrupt you there. They're giant redwoods. So from your neck of the wood. We don't have them in the UK naturally, but again, those ones have just suddenly exploded out of nowhere. So that used to be the highest line over there when everything was shorter. But they've now grown up, so to get over the top of them is not easy off the tee.
Very cool.
Oof.
Oh, no, that's a bit of a shank. I almost saw black ace there.
Yeah. There are quite a few black aces out on this course.
Although he was real close. Oh, this doesn't look like a great spot here, Richard.
Not a good lie. It's horrible. To get out from there. I actually had that exact same lie the other night playing and managed to come up with something spectacular to get up there. Pretty much like that.
Was he OB?
He will be OB there, yeah.
Oh, no. That's not an easy putt for 4 either.
You can see the rain start to come down again here.
Tapani, leaving that forehand a little bit wide, and might have paid the price. Derek?
These big lime trees that have just blocked everything in recent years.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, those 2 areas on the right and left were out of bounds areas when there were small saplings, but now they're a blocker enough by themselves. Oh.
The natural OB.
The natural OB.
My favorite type of OB.
Absolutely. I mean, Quarry Park used to be very much lots of OBs everywhere because there were no trees there. They were all planted and growing up. But now, virtually all of the out of bounds on the course has gone, and it's just better for it. It's you versus nature out there now, and that's how I like it out on the course. Anyway.
And went from a USDGC to Milo McIver.
Right, very different. Yeah, that's basically it. Used to be miles of ropes out here as well. After USDGC led the way.
There you go.
I was never a fan.
Oh. Man.
It's a tough lie from in there. It's where a lot of people end
Yeah,
up.
seriously awkward
This
looking
is
putt.
tricky.
James coming back for the 4. Oh, no. Yep.
Not happy with
No.
himself. Ooh.
It's a great looking disc, though.
There it is
It's a
again.
great looking disc.
Yeah, we've actually changed the stamp now, so we've gone to a screen print process, and yeah, we're really happy with all our lines. We've got 4 molds at the moment, many more on the way.
Nice.
And the mid range is my favourite disc at the moment. The Duchess, I absolutely love the thing.
What's it like?
Just it's hard to describe. It will flip up with a bit of turn, but once it gets into the turn, it gives you all this glide, but then comes back at the end. So I can use it for all sorts, anything from wooded courses to shaped lines to big blasts in the open field, and it just goes such a long way. So I've started throwing the mid-range on a lot of the holes that I play now, where I used to use fairway drivers.
Cool.
Because it just keeps going. It keeps going where I want it to. In it goes.
That's the best thing.
The putter there, the Baron, is quite an overstable, very much like a wizard.
Yeah.
If you ever liked wizards, you'd like that. Yeah, it just goes further.
Yeah, he threw on that one hole and it hooked up in a hurry. Once it started dumping, it dumped pretty quickly.
Yes, he's probably got a max weight one there. I throw somewhere near the 170 mark, and they'll go at the end, they fade, but they've got really straight flight all the way to the last 90%, and then they drop off. Yeah.
Great birdie by
Big
Blythe
fan.
right there, man. Wow. Showing off that pro
It's
power and making it work.
Hell of a birdie to get on that hole. It's not one. It's one you get strokes in the field.
On to our last hole.
Yeah, so this should be hole 18, normally hole 18. Had a change if people haven't played this course in a few years. We dug out the clubhouse area in front that you can see there and used all the topsoil to create this mound to make a bit of a talk-in finish point, something where shots can change, because it used to be a very simple, straightforward highs, and now that mound in this wind is hard.
You get some scoring separation.
Oh boy,
What?
that is an incredible shot.
Man, even got a little baby punished with that roll.
To land on that mound, you're happy with the wind whipping as it is there.
Noah?
Oh, looks like it's going for the tight line, which is good if he gets past that tree.
Ah, didn't beat it.
Oh. Inside of that tree is a really good line, because you get onto the bank and hold it.
Okay, sure.
Which Dell's probably going for there. Yes, he is. He's going that inside line, but not quite got the legs.
Yeah, that's a little bit short. Tapani? Guessing this might be a little short
Again,
as well.
that looks short as well.
Yeah.
Which is a big mistake to make, really, here, because you can swing it out wider on the bigger hyzer, as Blythe has gone for.
Yeah, there's just tons of open room out there. There's
That's not pretty.
that is shanked.
He's got away with it, really, because it could, if the wind gets under that, there's out of bounds over to the left there. You can see in front the Quarry Park wall that Dell made last year.
Okay, nice. Oh, Noah. Sit. Okay.
Oof.
He'll make that, I think. I got faith in the kid. This is a funny spot to be.
Yeah, right behind the wall. That's very, very well played, because that is a thin little wedge on top to stick a disc on.
Tapani from the same spot. Oh, he's trying to make it.
Ooh, that's brave. That is brave.
It looks like he...
Again, I've seen tin cup moments on this where
yeah.
people have gone backwards and forwards.
Noah for the par save. Get it, buddy. Oh, headwinded. Oh, man.
It really whips up that slope,
Yeah.
that wind.
Just kept lifting on him there. There's Tapani.
Get in. Great putt.
Beautiful.
So he would never, that's the first time he would have played a tournament with this whole layout, Tapani, I think.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, he would have had the old basket, which used to be further down, but it was just a very simple hyzer to a top player, whereas this now, it causes problems. You really have to think on the tee what you want to do. You've got to think about what the wind's doing. You've got to, all the sort of things that Noah will have thought through as to where he wanted to place that first shot. He's unfortunate to have chipped that tree. But, yeah, good finish hole now, the 18th.
Yeah, definitely. Right here is a good finish for Blythe. Getting another birdie. Yep.
Great birdie to get on the card.
Man, a great round from him, and he still left some strokes out there, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a superb round, and he left a lot of strokes out there. With almost those, 3 or 4 aces out there. It was a pleasure to watch Blythe. It's always a pleasure to watch Blythe play.
Sure.
But that day at the other end of the thing, watching it come towards me was really good to see.
Definitely. Is that you over there?
Where am I? Yeah, probably. Yes, me with a backpack on.
Nice.
Getting involved.
Somebody's got to do it, you know.
Yeah, then I need to run off and start doing some assistant TD. And we actually, the rains came in, but because the floodwaters actually dropped over lunch, we set out a load of the other holes, and then we had some problems with cameras and problems with memory cards and other things due to some damp weather, which didn't help. So unfortunately, the second round didn't get fully filmed. So the next card we've got is going to be the third round card, unfortunately.
I will have that.
Second was missed.
And we'll have the final 9 after that as well. So we got 3 more videos coming up for you guys. Richard, thanks a ton.
No problem at all. Thank you for having me.
And we will catch you guys in round 3. Thanks for watching.